G'day guys, welcome to a bit of FSX fun here today. My name is V4 Moose, and I thought today it would be interesting to go through with anyone who cares to pay attention what it would be like to fly a general aviation circuit pattern. So today we'll go through engine startup, engine shutdown, and one quick circuit, like you guys would in real life. You probably only do this if you were training. Otherwise, if you're entering or exiting an airfield, you probably only ever fly half the circuit or something like that. So yeah, we'll see how we go. So we're sitting here at Bussleton Regional Airport, which is YBLN in our Cessna 152. Call sign today will be VH Romeo Whiskey Yankee. Some people might recognise this plane. It's one of the training planes which the Royal Aero Club use to train their students in Perth, Jandakot. So there's a little tidbit of information there if anyone recognises the plane. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop in our plane. As you can see, our pitot cover is on at the moment, and our wheel chocks are on as well. They'll be automatically removed as I turn the engine on, so that's all good. There's our passengers sitting there. We're just going to head off without bothering to load them in. Who cares? So let's close the door. I tell you what, I'll unpause the simulation first and then close the door. Oh, come on, door. What are you doing? There we go. And I'll open the window so I can yell clear prop when I need to. This is the inside of our Cessna. First thing we'll need to do is start the engine. Actually, before I do, I will mention that Bussleton Airport is a one runway airport which has a single runway of 03 and 21. So here's our 03 and our 21. A little bit of wind heading towards, or coming from 03 today, so that'll be the runway we're using. We'll then form a right-hand circuit pattern because we've got a bit of a city over here and there's not much over here. So we want to try and keep away from the city as much as possible and not burden them with our noise. So yeah, heading up 03, that means our crosswind will be about 1-2, downwind will be 2-1 obviously, and base will be 3-0. So there's no ATC here at Bussleton either, so we'll have to tune into the Bussleton CTAF, which will be 126.7 and broadcast all of our intentions. So yep, let's get to it. Parking brake is set, prime 3 times. And we'll turn on all our masters, make sure our ignition is set to both. We'll turn on some nav lights and beacons just because we can. And mixture is full rich. We'll set our throttle to 1/4 in. Yelling clear prop. Starting it up. Setting our RPMs to 1,000. That's good. Now we can close our window. Okay. So our CTAF has been tuned in. I tuned that in before we started, so that's all good. I will change our transponder to alt right now, which broadcasts our altitude to any ATC who care to have a look at us. Our oil T's and P's, how are they going? Yep, in between the red, that's all good. Oil temperature will hopefully rise as the engine warms up. Now we just need to do a run up just to test our engine. Probably shouldn't do it right now as the engine's cold, because you want to wait for the oil to get a little bit less viscous, but it's a simulator and we're not going to break it, so let's do it. Our parking brake is set. We'll set our RPM to 1700. Do a magneto check if I can get them in the same screen there. So what we're doing now is moving it to left and moving it to right, looking for a 100 RPM drop as we change it for both. Bring it back to both. Check our suction. Yes, suction's in the green. Checking our ammeters over here. Yes, it's positive, and we'll bring it back down to idle. Can the engine idle by itself? Yes, it can. That's all good, and we'll bring it back to 100. I am trying to rush this through because I'm trying to get it into under 10 minutes. So we'll see how we go. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Our door is secure, our seatbelts are checked, and we'll release the parking brake and we'll head off. As we approach the runway here, we'll do a quick check just to make sure there's no aircraft already in the circuit. There's our windsock there showing that there's not much wind activity, which is nice. Yeah, I meant to stop here at the yellow line, but I can't be bothered. Broadcasting our intentions now. Bussleton traffic, Romeo Whiskey Yankee is entering and backtracking runway 03, Bussleton. Now that we are backtracking, I will quickly just make sure our compass and DG are aligned. So our compass is showing 2-1, our DG is showing 2-1, so they are aligned, that's all good. And we'll just now move to the threshold. So basically our rotate speed today will be about 55 to 60 knots, climb out speed will be about 70 knots, and then once we reach 500 we will turn onto our right crosswind. Coming up now to our threshold. Oh, brakes are on, hopefully I don't, no I'm going to, I always do that. I always miss the threshold, because I'm too busy talking, or going too fast because I get bored. Okay, carb heat's cold, mixture is full ridge. Broadcasting our intentions, Bussleton traffic, Romeo Whiskey Yankee is rolling at runway 03 for right hand circuit, Bussleton. Full throttle, a little bit of right rudder to counteract the effect of the propeller on the tail. And our airspeed is now bringing up 60 knots, so we'll rotate nice and gently and point our nose towards the horizon. We are flying VFR today, so we should be flying by attitude rather than instruments as much as possible. So climb out speed of 70 knots, as you can see our attitude is rising nicely, and maintaining a heading of 03. I'll just look back at our runway, make sure we're not drifting. Oh, look at that, we're drifting a lot, so I'll just move back a tiny bit on heading. Making sure our attitude is correct, so we maintain 70 knots. Going to make our right turn in a second, so checking left, checking centre, checking right, no traffic. Broadcasting our intentions, Bussleton traffic, Romeo Whiskey Yankee is turning crosswind, runway 03, Bussleton. 15-degree angle of bank turn as we are ascending. And looking for a new heading of 12. I'm obviously not trim properly, so I'll fix that up as soon as I can. Coming up to 12 now, and we'll rotate wings level just a little bit early so we don't go past 12. And maintaining that 70 knots, having a bit of trouble doing that. Looking back at our runway, yes, we're running perpendicular, that's all good. And as soon as we get to 1,000 feet, we'll get prepared to turn off the blowing wind. Bringing the power back to 2200. Looking left, looking centre, looking right. Bussleton traffic, Romeo Whiskey Yankee is turning downwind, runway 03, Bussleton. Broadcasting our intentions there. Oops, our airspeed is dropping just a little bit, and therefore our altitude is rising, so I'll just fix that up, a little bit of trim as we go around. Now looking for our new heading of runway 21. There it is. And we'll trim for this attitude and power setting. Looking about at our runway. Yes, we're running parallel, and the runway position is good. It should be about halfway up this strut here between the bottom of the window and the top of the wing there, or the bottom of the wing that is actually. We can now do our pre-landing checks, which is carb heat cold, mixture full rich. Brakes are off. Seatbelts fastened and secured. Well, I guess they are. So basically now we're just chilling on downwind until we can get to base without converging a little bit on the runway, so I'll just move it out a tiny bit. Basically we're looking for our runway threshold to become about 45 degrees to our plane, and that's we are signalling that we can turn base. Okay, I've lost a little bit of height, 50 feet there, so I'll just bring the nose up because we also increase our airspeed. How are we going now? A little bit longer. And we'll look left, look centre, look right, Nope, can't see any traffic, so we're all good. Broadcasting our intentions. Bussleton traffic, Romeo Whiskey Yankee is turning base, runway 03, Bussleton. How are we going now? Well, I'm getting a bit impatient, so I'm going to say that's 45 degrees. We're also 900 feet, so that's okay. Going to bring the power back to about 1900 and maintain a level turn. That should bring our airspeed back to about 70 knots, or about 65. Should be about 70 knots, and I'm going to lower one stage of flaps. Coming onto our heading now of 30, maintaining that 70 knots as our descent rate. Sorry, 70 knots is our airspeed, giving us a descent rate of just, should be about 300 feet per minute, something like that. I think our up here is a little bit low, so we can get that sorted. Okay, so now we're settled here on base, looking for our turn onto final. I think this is the hardest part of the circuit for me, so don't be surprised if I get this a little bit naff. Want to do it no less than 500 feet above the ground. So coming up to it now, looking left, looking center, looking right, no traffic. Broadcasting our intentions. Bussleton traffic, Romeo Whiskey Yankee is turning base, turning final, runway 03, Bussleton. Maintaining 70 knots as we go around if we can. And 500 feet, we should be wings level now, so I am a little bit low, so I'll raise the power just slightly. Lowering our landing flaps. Now we are in the wide arc, so I can lower landing flaps. And we should now trim for about 60 knots on final. There we go. How's our perspective looking? So basically what we want to be doing now is shooting our top of our nose cowling up about here to the piano keys on the threshold. So we are probably a little bit low because we are doing 60 knots. So I'm going to raise the power because what we're doing right now is we're controlling our attitude, we're controlling our altitude and our rate of descent with power and actually controlling our airspeed with the nose. So you bring the nose forward, airspeed will increase, bring the nose back, airspeed will decrease. So keeping it at 60 knots. Trying to maintain a good glide path. So we're not really worrying about the lights there on the left of the runway, and look at that, not even a single line, because we are flying VFR. So 60 knots, 55 knots for a short final, and I'll just bring it back down, bring the up down back down a little bit now. Raise the nose, so it's pointing right at those piano keys, shooting those piano keys to the top of our nose cow. And hopefully we'll touch down right on the numbers. We are a little bit fast. And as we go over the threshold, power back to idle, raise the nose towards the horizon, and we should touch down. Nice. Forecasting. Bussleton traffic, Romeo Whiskey Yankee has landed runway 03, heading for taxiway, Bussleton. We can now do our after landing checks, which is carb heat hot, flaps all the way up. And we'll just taxi at a nice quick run towards our taxiway and get the hell off this runway so other people can use it if they need to. Taxiway is just coming up here on our left now. I'll bring the power back to idle so I can slow down. A little bit of brakes, I don't want to overshoot the taxiway. Broadcasting our intentions. Bussleton traffic, Romeo Whiskey Yankee has exited runway 03, Bussleton. Okay, now that we're off the runway, we can turn our transponder back to off, and I'll turn the lights off now, and we can do our magneto check as we're rolling in. So, left, both, right, looking for that drop ever so slightly, both, okay, magneto is good. Now all we need to do is pull the mixture as we come towards our parking destination and set the parking brake. So, nice and close to the building there so our fictional passengers don't have far to walk. Pull the mixture, set the parking brake, turn off the masters, turn off the ignition, and if this was a better simulator we would set the control locks as well to that position. Alright, now we can get out. And there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learnt something. If you like it, rate, comment, subscribe, do all that kind of crap, and hopefully that'll motivate me to do a couple more videos. So we'll see how we go. Alright, thanks guys. See you next time.